Okay, hopefully this is working now and I'm live on Facebook. I'm just going to check my page and make sure. Still having tech issues. I feel like I need a helper, a young person. Okay, now do I have sound? Okay, now do I have sound? Yes, I do. Okay, excellent. I think it's working. Hopefully you can all find me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. Welcome along to Crafting with Vanessa on this lovely Tuesday. Wednesday? What day is it? Wednesday. Just one piece of news that came up today. From the 5th to the end of August, Stampin' Up's got a 15% off the in-colour products. So that's your cardstock and inks and the blends and all of that come in the in-colours, but also other things which have in-colours in them. So DSP with an in-colour, ribbon, kits, embellishments. If it's got an in-colour, then it's probably included in the sale. So that's starting next Tuesday and runs for all of August. So think about those lovely cloud cover Secret Sea that I've been using that everybody seems to love, and the lovely bright Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger and Darling Duckling. So yeah, if you've been thinking about any of those colours, then August is the time. Right, so I'm just going to turn the camera around. It's saying I've got a slow connection, but hopefully this goes all right. Okay, so here we are. And today I'm using a new set called Artistic Leaves. So this is a standalone set. It's a distinctive set, so you've got a bit of shading in the stamps, and it's also 2 steps. So there's an extra shading that you can add to both the leaves, and then some lovely words. So I really like those fonts as well. Really cool, and some little dotty bits, which we love. And so this set doesn't have dies. It's a standalone set. So I've cut out my leaves. They don't take that long and they're quite easy to cut around. But you can also use it as a background. So you could just stamp leaves in different colours on a background, and then maybe cut one out as your focal point. But today I wanted to do a sort of style that I really like, which is, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like loads of layers and loads of texture. It's kind of my jam. So I've got here a Secret Sea card base, which I'll just fold now because it's taking up lots of room here on my table. Often I get asked which side, when you've got a scored card base, which side do you fold, in? And it's the side with the hump. Either way works, and you can do it the other way, but you can end up with the fibres of the card just cracking a little bit if you go the other way. So you might notice on the crease that there's some sort of lines. So it's not a major deal if you do it the opposite way, but when asked the question, I like to give the most correct answer. Then I've got a layer of white and a layer of country woods, and it's quite a dark sort of espresso colour, this one, with the wood grain, which is really cool, and 2 pieces of the Beautiful Gallery DSP. So this is the one that comes with those in a bundle with those Beautiful Gallery stamps and dies. It's like a suite, but it looks really effective on this darker background. So we're going to do those, and we're going to do a bit of stitching. So I'll start off with doing, these are going to be flagged, and we did a little bit of this during the scrapbooking retreat, And I have a feeling that that scrapbooking retreat might be in the sale. So at the moment, when I click on the in colour, like the link that goes as a demonstrator, I can see what's going to be in the sale. I'm pretty sure that that month by month kit, because it's got in colours in it, will be included. So I'll update you on Tuesday when I can have another look when it's actually live. But that would take about $80 off the price. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just aiming for the middle, and I'm actually using this side, but this side is so busy that it's hard to see my line. So I've turned it over and I'm cutting up about, what's that, half an inch, like 1.2, 1.3 centimetres, just guessing. And then I'm going to cut from the point up to, so I'm sort of pointing my scissors to the top of the line I've created in the middle there. And I'll just cut up there. And then the same on the other side. So I get that corner and then I aim the scissors to the point. And then hopefully they're a little bit sort of even. You can do one side and then grab the piece and, put it on there and follow the line. But I find it that other way I just demonstrated is good. So we'll do the other one. Again, we can do it on the reverse. It's a bit easier to see. These are both 5 centimetres wide or 2 inches wide. And I find just by aiming the point of my scissors to where I'm going, I end up in the right place. Otherwise, you can sort of start off and then have to correct yourself and you end up with a bit of a wiggly line. So that's my tip on that. Right, so these, we could actually put some of this together. Get some glue happening. So let's stick the, I could have used that side too, but no, I think I'll stick with my dark side. I love these wood grain papers. I'm going to have to get another pack. I've nearly run out. This is probably about my 5th pack. There's some papers you just love. But they're so easy to use and so versatile. Okay, so I'm doing lots of layers on today's card. Doesn't look like anybody's watching, so I don't know if you've found me. That's what the replay's for though, isn't it? Okay, so then I want to add my flagged pieces, and this layout actually came from Tammy Wilson. I don't know if you follow her. I think it was from a challenge. I think it was to case the catalogue or something, and she found a scrapbook layer that had these big banner pieces on it, and she made a card with that same concept. So she cased the catalogue and I'm casing her. Okay. So I cut this banner slightly shorter than the other one so that you could see a little bit of the other one below. I probably could have gone a fraction shorter again, but it's too late now, it's on there. So I might give you a shorter measurement in the instructions. Okay, so now I'm going to turn to another little thing that I've learned recently, and this one comes from Kayla Renee. She's a demo in Australia. I think she's in Tasmania, and she does beautiful work. I love her beautiful colours that she uses in her crafting, but she has this I saw this technique that she'd done with this die cut circle. The circle comes from this pack, which is called Everyday Details Dies, and it's this big one on the largest one in the circles, and it just makes all these dots. And then what you do is you thread some twine, baker's twine, linen thread, whatever you want to use. And this one actually came from this twine, which I had out I think last week, but we didn't use it, so I had some pieces on my desk. It's the Petal Pink Jute braided trim, and So you can just pull it apart, as you can see here. It's braided, like it says in the name. So I've just pulled those threads, and I've got 2 of them here. I tried it with 3, but it actually ripped my hole. That's why this piece has been abandoned. It ripped the hole. So I think 2 threads was fine. And I just thought I'd show you on this one how to start it off, and then I'll show you on my other one here how to finish it. So to start, you just come up any hole, and just be careful pulling it through, because like I say, it even 2 threads, it can get a little caught just on that bit where you've got actually 4 threads and a needle trying to go through the hole. So just pull it through like that, and get a little bit of tear and tape, and just tape down those ends, and that way they won't pull through. And then it doesn't matter which way you go. You can go forward or backwards. So I think I was going forwards, so we'll do that. Come down that one. And then now we need to get back up onto the top. So I'm going to come up this next hole, like so, and then back down through that one. So some of the holes you're going to go back down through. So then I would come up again and then down. So you'll end up with 2 threads in each hole. It's kind of cool, and it gives you quite a thick bit on the back. So that is going to give us extra height. So I'm going to put this on dimensionals. But yeah, you just go around, and it actually does take quite a while. You think, oh, that won't take long, but it's quite therapeutic. Just sewing, a bit of sewing. And my piece, because I'd cut it already, and then I thought of using it for this, I've ended up using 4 short pieces, which I worked out is around about 1 metre. But and you can join it. So on this one, I've got lots of places where I've joined it. So that's going across an end, 2 ends there. Yeah, so now I'll just demonstrate how to finish it off. You probably need to cut that to get a nice straight bit to go through the needle. That's probably the hardest part, is getting it to go through this. So it's quite a big eye on the needle. I think it's like a tapestry or cross-stitch needle for this sort of thicker thread. And then we just carry on doing the same. So I'm going to come up this hole here, down that one, up this one. And I am sort of pulling it tight, so I don't want to get it too lumpy on the back if possible. Okay, now I'm going to come up this one here, and then back down, like so. And that's it. And then you just tape. Actually, could have threaded it through. So because I've ended there at the top of that knot, what I might just do is pull it through to the other side. I should have come up at the bottom of that. You see what I mean? So that this lays flat. Otherwise it would be coming up and over that and would leave a bigger lump. So there's just one on the back, one little gap. But on the front, you've got everything going through. So we'll just tape that down and trim off any extra. So now that is ready to go on my card. So this is what I mean about texture and layers. So I didn't worry, I've got these all flat stuck because this is going to be our main focal area. And that's going to go on with dimensionals, which I have here. Actually, I might make it up first, what I'm going to do with it, and then do the placement, because I'm going to have things sticking off the edge. Okay, so with using the leaves, I thought I'd show you the stamping. So this is early espresso. I'm going to stamp the leaf outline in that, and then the second stamp is going to do the the bits where it's currently white. So it's going to fill in. Oh, I've got a thread. Just make sure you don't have threads. That twine does leave sort of some loose bits. You don't want that getting on your ink pad. And then I'm just looking through and lining it up with the, you can see sort of the points of the leaves. Just twisting it into the right place. And this is pecan pie. And there we have it, one beautiful autumn leaf. And I've also got the Secret C. So I'm going with sort of the espresso and Secret C for this. And I've got the smaller leaf. So I'll do Secret C full strength. And then the second stamp for this is like a little, it's almost like a little tick. It's just a funny little shape. So I'm going to ink that up and stamp it off on some scrap. Just stamp that once to give me a lighter version, and I ended up with a little. And then this one goes sort of up, goes across the leaf and up, sort of up the side. Yeah, so it just gives you that two-tone effect by doing the stamped off in the same colour. And we need to cut these out. With the leaves, I want this little leaf, I wasn't too fussy about the bottom because I know it's going to be tucked in underneath my larger leaf. And I'm just going to cut that extra off. And with the point here, I like to do it rounded. When we cut with dies, that would be a rounded point, and I prefer that look. So as I come around here, I'm just going to cut that bit off because I don't need that little point at the bottom. So again, I'm trying to round this point. Doesn't always work out, and honestly, once you have it on the project, you probably won't even notice, but it's just a small thing that I like to do. And I'm just leaving a small white gap. I did experiment with doing the leaves on espresso and embossing them in gold, but I just found they were a little bit heavy and it needed the white as that little pop of contrast. So I don't exactly follow every contour of the leaf, just like with a die, it's really just the main curves that you need to worry about. Gosh, it's a warm day here. I just had a small shower of rain before, but it's fined up again. Got my fluffy slippers on, but I feel like I need to take them off. It's round there, nearly done. Oops, bent my stem. Oops, it's got caught. So it's quite often a good idea to get rid of some of the extra. As you can see there, it can get caught on your other parts of your cutting. Just come straight down and then I'll go across. Okay. So that's our leaf. And I've gone ahead and done, so I've also got that one I cut out. And then I had already had on my desk some die cut leaves. Now this one is from the Charming Day dies, which does an outline of a stamped image and some other floral pieces, but it's this one here that cuts the, so it's actually a long piece. It's probably, I've ripped this off to get 2 pieces, but it kind of goes like that. So I've just separated it to give me 3 pieces. And I'm just going to work out the placement of everything on here next. So these are going to go underneath my big leaf, sort of poking out. And I probably do want a small one there. Just using whichever size kind of suits the area you're doing. So over here, I've already gone ahead and made a little label. This is Grateful for You. This is from the Artistic Leaves stamp set, and I have put it on Secret C and embossed it with white, and I've cut it out with Nested Essentials dies. And that's going to go kind of over the stem over here. So actually I don't want such a big leaf over here. I might even just get away with 2. The idea with this style is to have texture and layers and, you know, solid things and stamped things, and just sort of make a bit of a collage. So I've got that blue leaf, and I could put another one. Oh, and I was going to use some more of the twine. It's my other idea, to do a bit of a bow under my words. So what I might do is use some tear and tape. So you can use tear and tape or a glue dot for this, and then make a bow. So I'm just going to make it, because this isn't very long. So I'm just going to make it up without actually tying it, and then just put it on the tape. So I want it to kind of go in that direction. So then just pop it on the tape like that, and it will hold without having to tie it, and it looks like a bow. Okay, so that's going to go on here. So we've got that extra texture with the bow matching the one around the circle. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's stick some things on. And I might put the leaf on dimensionals. And one in the middle. And let's just put a couple of these on. So just a few dots. Liquid glue. I think I'll tuck the others in after I've got this on. So we'll pull off these. That about there. And oops, and it stuck to my other leaf. Right, so then this can go a bit of glue. And it's just a matter of, so once that's on, I don't want these to overhang the edge. So just going to Managed to get this whole thing crooked. Oh, I'm having trouble with my eye chrometer today. Okay, so let's just pop that in there. So that one's flat stuck. It's kind of sliding in underneath that leaf, the big leaf. And you can curl them and do all sorts of things. So I could do a little, now I've put the glue on, of course, I come up with that idea. I hold it at that end. It's going to be tricky to curl it now, but you can just get your bone folder and give them a bit of curl, which just adds extra interest and life to the leaves. I might be able to do this one now, it's stuck. Just get in there and give it a little bit of a curl. Okay, happy with that. And then this one, now we could make this one smaller because I've got that coming over. It's just a matter of playing and deciding where things look good. So that looks quite good down there. I might tuck that in down there. And this was cut from Secret C. So it's mirroring the colours from the card base and the DSP. Okay, that might be enough, I think, because if I put this Secret C over here, it kind of gets lost against the label. I did actually find this piece, which was in my little desk trinket box, and I wondered about putting a white somewhere in here just to, again, bring in that white, seeing where it works. Yeah, so I might just put that there. So let's just pull off some of those leaves. And I think I might put this on first and I'll tuck the white one in. I often do that because it can be hard to know exactly where to put it until the words are on. So I need the dimensionals for that. And what I might do is put, where are they? Gosh, I had them here. Oh, upside down. That's why I can't see them. I'm going to put them sort of over the tape because I don't want the tape to get pressed down onto here and stick. So I'm going to go over that tape. And then I'm kind of wanting to cover that stem. Actually, I might need to move the dimensionals because now I can't get it in close. Okay, let's take that one off. Cut it in half. And I'm going to put it at the bottom. And maybe not have one just there because I think that's about where the stem goes. So then I can slide this in a bit closer. That's what I wanted. That can go there. I'll save that piece and use it later for something else. And now my white, oops, no, that's the end. This is the bit I want. So I just thought that enhanced all the white elements. And it's a different shaped leaf, but it's within, it's a little bit more rounded than the other ones, but it's still complementary. It also will help keep that thread down a little bit. My bow. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. Lovely to have you here. Okay. Now, oh, we have to stick the whole circle on. So you can see all my workings there. Oh, I know. I'll put that little half piece that was left over on there. And then I'm going to do about 4 dimensionals going around my circle. And it's just going to give me enough lift to get enough sticky above that height of the backing. Now I want to see those flagged ends, so I'm going a little bit higher up and center, and I'm trying to get my words straight. I think that looks good there. Cool. Oh, I'm really liking that. I love how using this pattern is a little bit unexpected, actually both of these patterns, and yeah, the pecan pie really sort of picks up those sort of orangey colours. So yeah, really happy with that. And now I actually hadn't decided what I was doing on the inside, but I haven't even cut. I haven't cut an inside, so bear with me. I'll just quickly, I can use my guillotine. I seem to have run out of sharp blades for my trimmer, so I have to keep using the guillotine, which I don't mind because it does a great job. But I can't do the length because it only goes up to 10.5 centimetres. So I either have to work out what I have to chop off or guess, or use the trimmer for that next step. So what I'm going to do is just bring in another card, and I'm going to guess. It's not too bad, because otherwise I have to file it with my nail file. I'll just chop that off as well, so it's a nice neat edge. So I'm just waiting on that order to arrive with some new blades. Okay, so we've got our white inside piece, and I think we'll stamp a leaf. Let's just do the same as we did before. I love how this stamps. It's just so pretty. So much detail. Now I'll have it kind of a little bit off the page. And just do the same pecan pie. I've got less bits to line up, but let's see if we can do it. It's just a matter of taking your time and just wiggling it until it's in the right place. That's actually better than the one I did before. So there we go. Practice makes perfect. And then we can pop that on the inside. And sometimes when I'm doing these cards with a lot, sort of a heavy thing on the front, I might even do an extra layer on the inside. But I think I haven't prepared that, so I think I'll just carry on. I'm trying to think what colour I would even use with this. Maybe the espresso. Okay, so I get my edge all even all the way around. Oh, see, not quite at the top. Come down a bit. It might not be my normal measurement because I just guessed it. And then I press that adhesive down. Okay, now I've got some gems. Can't do a card without gems. So you could use, there's some really nice, these pressed flower motifs that would look nice as well. Or the textured dots, although I've hardly got any of those left. They've got a really nice texture to them. But I've got this pack of sparkly ones from the Charming Day Suite, and I thought the Secret Sea of those would be really nice against the wood grain of the Country Woods. So let's just grab, and it's going to really complement with this paper. So where are we putting them? I think we might go about there. So there's 2 sizes here, and then I'll go down here, just on that edge. Yeah, so there's some pretty sparkle. I love Secret Sea. I think it's got to be my new favourite colour. Okay, so that's my card using the artistic leaves. And so you can imagine if you just had that stamped, as a background, which I could have actually done here. I did this card this morning, and I used the paper from the same paper pack, the Beautiful Gallery. And then after I'd done that, so that's like a floral one, after I'd done that, I thought, I could have actually stamped the leaf all over the background and then done this 3 panels of plain DSP on the top. And I liked this idea of actually stamping on the leaf for the sentiment. So that's another way of using it, and another sort of layered, detailed, textured focal point, which was kind of my theme for this week. So on those lines, this is was it last week? Did we do this last week or the week before? I can't recall. This again, so you've got, a focal point with various textures and layers, and that's sort of, this is my favourite type of design. And you can also do it. So that's with a suite of things. This is with 2 different, so one stamp set and then dies from a different suite. This one here has lots of different elements. I did this on a live couple of months ago, and used different die cuts all from the same suite, but they look quite different to the stamped and cut images as well. So yeah, just using a variety of things, and then that one had a fraying ribbon in it as well. But alternatively to that, you can use the same sort of shape. So in this case, I've got 3 different layers of butterfly, and to do the same thing. And it's just a beautiful way of adding interest and, that sense of luxury to a card. So that's my grouping, sort of creating a focal point of layers and texture. Oh yeah, that is in the screen. Sorry, I thought that was off the edge. Right, so thank you for joining me today, and don't forget that sale starting on the 5th of August. If you need any help with that, then sing out. I'll be emailing links, etc. To you once it's gone live. And I'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye.